The warrior Thor, actor Chris Hemsworth, is cast out of the fantastic realm of Asgard by his father Odin, actor Sir Anthony Hopkins, for his arrogance and sent to Earth to live amongst humans. Falling in love with scientist Jane Foster, Natalie Portman, teaches Thor much-needed lessons, and his newfound strength comes into play as a villain from his homeland sends dark forces toward Earth. V for Vendetta is a 2005 dystopian political action film directed by James McTeague, in his feature directorial debut, from a screenplay by the Wachowskis. It is based on the 1988 DC Vertigo Comics limited series of the same title by Alan Moore, David Lloyd, and Tony Ware. The film, set in a future where a fascist totalitarian regime has subjugated the UK, centers on V, portrayed by Hugo Weaving, an anarchist and masked freedom fighter who attempts to ignite a revolution through elaborate terrorist acts, and on Evie Hammond, portrayed by Natalie Portman, a young woman caught up in V's mission. Stephen Ray portrays a detective leading a desperate quest to stop V. Annihilation is a 2018 science fiction psychological horror film written and directed by Alex Garland, based on the 2014 novel of the same name by Jeff Vandermeer. It stars Natalie Portman, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Gina Rodriguez, Tessa Thompson, Tuva Novotny, and Oscar Isaac. The story follows a group of explorers who enter the Shimmer, a mysterious quarantine zone of mutating plants and animals caused by an alien presence. Léon, The Professional, A, is a 1994 English-language French action thriller film written and directed by Luc Besson. It stars Jean Reno and Gary Oldman, and features the film debut of Natalie Portman. The plot centers on Léon, Reno, a professional hitman who reluctantly takes in 12-year-old Matilda Lando, Portman, after her family is murdered by corrupt Drug Enforcement Administration agent Norman Stansfield. Oldman, Léon and Matilda form an unusual relationship, as she becomes his protégé and learns the hitman's trade. The film was released by Gaumont Buena Vista International on the 14th of September 1994, and received positive reviews from critics. No Strings Attached is a 2011 American romantic comedy film directed and co-produced by Ivan Reitman, starring Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher. The film is about two friends who decide to make a pact to have a no-strings-attached relationship, without falling in love with each other. The film was released in the United States on January 21, 2011. Garden State is a 2004 American romantic comedy drama film, written and directed by Zach Braff and starring Braff, Natalie Portman, Peter Sarsgaard, and Ian Holm. The film centers on Andrew Larchman, Braff, a 26-year-old actor, waiter who returns to his hometown in New Jersey after his mother dies. Braff based the film on his real-life experiences. It was filmed in April and May 2003 and released on July 28, 2004. New Jersey was the main setting and primary shooting location. Vox Lux is a 2018 American musical drama film written and directed by Brady Corbett, from a story by Corbett and Mona Fastvold. The film stars Natalie Portman, Jude Law, Rafi Cassidy, Stacey Martin and Jennifer L. Celeste is a 13-year-old music prodigy who survives a horrific school shooting in Staten Island, NY, in 1999. Her talent shines through during the memorial service when she sings a song that touches the hearts of the mourners. Guided by her sister and a talent manager, the young phenom transforms into a rising pop star with a promising future. 18 years later, Celeste now finds herself on the comeback trail when a scandal, personal struggles and the pitfalls of fame threaten her career. Closer is a 2004 American romantic drama film directed and produced by Mike Nichols and written by Patrick Marber, based on the award-winning 1997 play of the same name. It stars Julia Roberts, Jude Law, Natalie Portman, and Clive Owen. The film, like the play on which it is based, has been seen by some as a modern and tragic version of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's 1790 opera Così fan tutte, with references to the opera in both the plot and the soundtrack. Owen starred in the play as Dan, the role played by Law in the film. Jackie is a 2016 biographical drama film directed by Pablo Larraín and written by Noah Oppenheim. The film stars Natalie Portman as Jacqueline Kennedy. Peter Sarsgaard, Greta Gerwig, Billy Crudup, and John Hurt also star. It was Hurt's final film released in his lifetime before his death in January 2017. The film follows Kennedy in the days when she was First Lady in the White House and her life immediately following the assassination of her husband, United States President John F. Kennedy, in 1963. It is partly based on Theodore H. White's Life magazine interview with the widow at Hyannisport, Massachusetts, in November 1963. Black Swan is a 2010 American psychological horror film directed by Darren Aronofsky from a screenplay by Mark Heyman, John McLaughlin, and Andres Hines, based on a story by Hines. The film stars Natalie Portman in the lead role, with Vincent Cassel, Mila Kunis, Barbara Hershey, and Winona Ryder in supporting roles. The plot revolves around a production of Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake by the New York City Ballet Company. The production requires a ballerina to play the innocent and fragile white swan, for which the committed dancer Nina Sayers, Portman, is a perfect fit, as well as the dark and sensual black swan, which are qualities better embodied by the new rival Lily Kunis. Nina is overwhelmed by a feeling of immense pressure when she finds herself competing for the role, causing her to lose her tenuous grip on reality and descend into madness.